So since the last stream, we've had a full-on media blitz. Ubisoft lift the embargo for previews on Assassin's Creed Shadows, the new Assassin's Creed game that takes place in Japan, aka DEI Samurai, aka there's a black man in the game, so it means it's gonna be bad, according to a certain side of the internet. Me personally, I'm hoping this game is good because I never want to see anybody fail, but if it's not, we'll be honest about it too. So they released a new trailer, a new story trailer, and then I got a preview video as well as a couple articles. If there's any other pieces of media that I need to be aware of, let me know. But I think this is going to be like the first real deep dive we've seen, because we've only seen like, what up, Quantum? Welcome to the stream. We've only seen like little tidbits here and there. What I will say is I did not watch any of this before the stream because I always like to like give my raw reactions to things. I did not watch any of this. I just saved it as I saw it on the timeline, but I did see a lot of tweets. And what I will say before we get into the Assassin's Creed, based off the tweets I've seen, it seems like people are starting to warm up to this game. They're saying it looks good. And what I have to say that if after what I watch, it looks good, I gotta say, stay your ass over there. Because remember, this game was supposed to be ass, black man, nigga, samurai, George. Remember, they photoshopped George Floyd's face on fucking on Yasuke. Which can I get on my soapbox for a moment? That's another really weird thing like about the internet. I swear a certain demographic cares more about George Floyd than we do. Just a weird fucking obsession with that nigga, bruh.
When you
yo, shout out to actually JG with the
Robin's ass into oblivion.
Be like, bro, we just don't want to get our ass beat by cops. Like, I don't understand why you guys keep photoshopping it. It doesn't make anybody mad. It's really weird. Skill Up didn't like it, so people will parrot what he says. What's the last game that he did like? Because he didn't like Dragon Age either. What's the last game that he did like? But anyways, let's talk about it. Ubisoft didn't invite you? Nah, they didn't invite me. They don't like me, bro. They don't like me. I speak too much truth. All right, let's get into it. Skirt.
It's hard to remember. Blood.
Breathe deeply.
The visuals look crispy.
Tell me about your nightmare.
Shout out to that nigga in the chat for resubscribing. It's rough out here, so you a real
There is
ass
evil
nigga
at
for
work
that,
in our
my
homeland.
nigga.
Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes.
Greedy warlords.
He is under attack.
You know what I'm gonna predict? They're probably gonna kind of adapt kind of the same kind of storyline. Like, this is just a prediction. I'm not saying this was gonna happen, but the storyline from what's that joint called? What's the game that came out last year where the Americans and the French hit Japan's soil, like the 1800s, kind of that changing of period? Rise of Ronin. They're probably gonna do something like that, where like invaders are coming to Japan and they're paying off some of the shogun. Some greedy shogun, I guess, maybe. I don't know, just a prediction. It could be something. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I could be wrong.
This blade cannot be taken.
What?
Now's the time.
She got to defend the homeland.
These people don't care about us.
Yeah, that hits different right now. What's going on in the world, that hits different.
For blood.
This land will soon be unified by my vision.
His vision.
Is that tyranny?
I ride with you. My whole life, I have been caught on your wind, blown across the world.
I see potential in this man.
The black soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs.
So wait, so Yasuke starts off working for the ops, and then somewhere along the story, he maybe figures out that he was playing for the bad side, maybe? Especially because you heard what he said. He said he's not really one of us, which is very obvious.
Become a legend, or he may die. Duel me? No. Duels belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
You slaughtered innocents!
The blade.
So yeah, he does start off as an op then, because they're fighting, and that's got to be the beginning of the game, or towards the beginning.
You are a part of something bigger than this war.
The Shogun is a Templar.
Our fates are connected.
We have all seen darkness.
Yeah, I think that's what they're getting at. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, he was supposed to be like the right-hand man. Yasuke was the right-hand man for Nobunaga, right? So, like, I think what they're implying is Nobunaga in this game is low-key a Templar.
Some have been that darkness.
Wait, is that a European? Hold up.
That darkness.
He looks like he could be a Spaniard. He looks like he could be Spanish. I thought my theory was wrong. I could be right. I could be right. Nobunaga's working with Europeans. Or yeah, Portuguese. You're right, Portuguese. Yeah, one of them damn conquistadors.
We have come together, despite it all, to bring change, to bring light.
We're taking back Japan. I'm not gonna lie, the story looked good to me. I don't know. It looked good to me. What y'all think, chat? What y'all think? Be honest, be honest, be honest, be honest, be honest. It looked, at bare minimum, I'm intrigued. That was the most interesting story trailer we've seen so far. I'm intrigued. Yo, shout out to Agree with the sub. I like the tone. Spain and Portugal did push Japan hard. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna predict. It's probably Europeans or Templars, and one of the Templars got to Nobunaga. And from my understanding, Nobunaga was trying to unify Japan, aka conquer it. So he's using the Europeans for extra force. And you start off playing as Yasuke, and he finds out he was playing for the wrong team. He gets seduced to the assassin side and becomes the right-hand man to Naoe. It's just, what else is there? So far, I like what I'm seeing in terms of story, though. So far. IGN is going to give it a 7. Yo, chill. I'm 7 out of 10. On the fence asses. Sorry if I was asked before, did you watch the Xbox Direct? I did not watch the Xbox Direct, but we'll get to it later. Luke Stevens did an hour-plus video about him playing the game early and had some good info on it. You should check it out in your free time. Who's Luke Stevens? Is that one of those? I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I like that dude's opinions. Let me see. Who's that? Same thing with, like, because somebody in the chat said Skill Up is not an Assassin's Creed fan. So I'm like, yeah, this dude's always like dropping negative shit. Like, yeah, I'm good off that. Yeah, he's yeah, exactly. You said it, I didn't. Yeah, I'm not listening to his opinion on the game. Yo, shout out to T-Dubs with the sub. You got to be careful who you listen to. The Rad Brad posted some gameplay. Raptor is good. I got a preview video right here. We're going to get into it after that. So I'm going to say, based off that story trailer, that kind of sold me. I thought that was really good. That was the best story trailer so far. Yeah, Skill Up did say others' opinions would be more valuable than his. I can respect that. He said, I'm not really a fan. I was just trying it out. I can respect that. Like, I want to hear from people who are Assassin's Creed fans, because anybody who's a part of the Assassin's Creed game, the Assassin's Creed fan base knows we've been waiting for Japan. So I want to hear from people who hardcore play this shit. What did you think of the Japan shit? This gameplay looked kind of ashy. Let's see what IGN talking about in this preview video, though. Big combos.
After spending several hours finally playing Assassin's Creed Shadows after multiple delays, the next entry keeps up with the satisfying action and traversal that the series is known for, but it also showcases a sharper eye for world building.
Fun fact, I'll be doing none of that. If you like doing this shit, more power to you. I didn't come here to play fucking Minecraft. We're here to slay demons. We're here to slay Templars. I'm not doing none of that shit, bro.
It's a sharper eye for world building and giving its two protagonists their time in the spotlight. From my time sneaking through fortresses, taking in the sweeping vistas of the open world, and pulling off slick combat finishers, I got to see just how developer Ubisoft Quebec has improved its balancing act of satisfying action, RPG systems, and rewarding open-ended exploration in a captivating new setting.
Yo, the world is gorgeous.
Overdue.
The final preview.
Since Assassin's Creed Origins
Wait, I feel like I know that name. Alessandro. Hold on, let me Google that. Do I know him? One second, yeah. Oh, that's my nigga, bruh. Yeah, I do know him. He's the one who previewed it. Yeah, I've met him plenty of times. I met him when I met Trevor Noah like years ago. He's I respect his opinion. He has good opinions. This dude that's narrating, he's just narrating, but this is his opinion. I know who he is. He's reputable. He's a good dude. I was like, I know that name.
Since Assassin's Creed Origins in 2017, the series has stayed comfortably within the realm of the open-world RPG, offering an expanded scope and narrative decisions to alter the course of the story. While this shift has led to some growing pains for the franchise, it has gotten a better
you
handle.
Met Trevor Noah? Yeah, I did. It was 7, 8 years ago. It was very brief. We talked for like 2 or 3 minutes. Very down to earth. Like it was at E3. I saw him at E3. Funny enough, the journalist I just showed, Alessandro, I saw him because I've met him at a couple other different events. And the thing is, when you go to a like gaming journalist events, usually there's only 1 or 2 black people in the room, and I'm one of them. So when I see somebody else, I go speak to them. And I was speaking to him because I saw him again, and then I saw Trevor Noah walking by, and I was like, "Hey, nice catch up with you." I was like, I had to go over and talk to him because I fuck with Trevor Noah, and I'm the type of person I don't give a fuck. I'll talk to anybody. I'm not pussy. And I was like, "Hey, bro," I was like, "I know you're probably busy." I was like, "I just wanted to come over here and shake your hand." I was like, I just wanted you to know I like what you do, and keep doing what you do. I was letting him know, like, I like to put positive energy in the universe. I was like, just know you inspiring people. And then we chopped it up for like a couple minutes, and he asked me what I did, and he was just saying like, keep up the good work and shit. Trevor Noah. He was really nice. He talked to me.
On the additional layers to gameplay without
He's one of the good South Africans too.
Being an ancient assassin. With Shadows, the latest attempt at an Assassin's Creed RPG shows that Ubisoft may have also cracked the code on the role-playing element.
She
with
moving on them
protagonists.
on them roofs, saucy.
To present in a way that hasn't muddied the narrative waters.
Yes, kid. It'll be quicker if I go.
Shadows sets its sights on a new mystery deep within
Not
a
gonna lie, this
revamped
shit looks
Animus
polished.
program.
I agree. This does look really polished. I'm glad they're taking their time with it. I just hope what my concern is, this is restoring confidence for me. My concern is, will they fall back into their old ways if this succeeds? You know what I'm saying? I hope they keep it up.
In this new
Take your time, just make a good
we
game.
Focus on feudal-era Japan and the secret history of both Yasuke, an historical African slave who became a full-fledged samurai.
Hey, why he say it like that? There's too much emphasis on that. African slave? Like, why he say it like that, bro? First of all, you didn't even have to say that. Like, we know he's a black samurai. That was crazy.
An historical African slave.
Yo, there was way too much. He had to remind a nigga. Like, Jesus, dude. Jesus.
A full-fledged samurai. And Naue,
That's crazy.
a female shinobi taking up
was
the
thinking
mantle
that
of
too.
her father's legacy. The pair
Had to remind
eventually
you of your
team up
place,
to
boy.
navigate a radically changing 1500s Japan, rubbing shoulders with other historical allies such as Oda Nobunaga and Kuroda Kanbei, while taking down a shadowy cabal of warlords manipulating the country's attempt at unification from within.
It is possible you hold out
The face animations could be better.
their motives beyond reconstruction.
Damn.
Good thing I don't play games for face animations, though. So.
I spent most of my playtime exploring Harima Province, one of the early zones that featured a quest line involving an insidious plot to undermine the region's power structure. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows is massive, but
When you resubscribe, I resubscribe.
Yo, shout out to Zach with the sub. Appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Oblivion.
thankfully not to the ridiculous size of Valhalla. That said, plenty of opportunities were packed in this province, and the viewpoints to observe nearby points of interest helped steer me in the right direction.
Yeah, but how much of it is fun? Who gives a fuck if it's 100 fucking, what's the name, like, escort quests and shit?
A general theme I found compelling was how Shadows emphasized harmonizing with the open world, a cultural element the developers wanted to highlight with the Japanese setting.
For all those we care about.
This theme also extends to the side activities and how the world changes over time with shifting seasons that alter the terrain. Shadows ditches the need for hunting, and instead, you can find and draw rare wildlife found in the wild. It was an odd activity at first, but I found them endearing and a relaxing change of pace. I soon found myself being taken in by how atmospheric and thoughtful the setting was.
That was worth the wait.
Shadows also emphasizes the dynamic between the two protagonists and their agency within the world after bonding over being outcasts within the country. I really enjoyed their dynamic within the story, and they play well with each other
We're gonna get the trauma bond
during cutscenes. Yasuke is a gentle giant and wise samurai enforcer who offers some poignant insights while learning about Japanese culture.
He was a gentle slave.
The reigns will continue in a different form. Another battle, same war.
Naoe's growth into an assassin with a heavy legacy to uphold shows an early look at the dramatic highs of the main story. You're free to switch off characters in the open world and during moments in the main story, letting you play as who you want in most key missions.
That's fire. That means if you really enjoy the game, that's 2 easy playthroughs right there. Because I would imagine the dialogue and the story is going to change a little bit based off of who you play, as well as the play style. So that's cool. It literally lets you switch whenever. It's not just like, because I was worried it was only going to be like key moments, but it seems like they're going to let you play whenever.
You're right. Let's do it.
But in an interesting addition, you also have the option of playing in canon mode, which presents a defined story without major narrative choices, which was added after developers saw how many fans were debating what the definitive story was for Valhalla and Odyssey.
Yeah, no complaining now. You can't complain that it's not historically accurate because you never have to play as the black man. Although, you know how racist and sexist you have to be to say that this game is not historically accurate because there's a black man in it and it takes place in Japan when there was a Japanese character there all along. I guess it's because it was a woman. It doesn't count as Japanese, but you know, that's a different conversation for a different day.
So it is you.
Yasuke and Naoe also represent the different extremes of Assassin's Creed's combat and stealth experiences, which have also seen clear upgrades across the board in Shadows. For combat, there's a heightened need for dodging and parrying strikes, crucial to piercing through armor to deliver a killing blow.
His combat looks satisfying.
It injects Ghosts of Tsushima's offensive and defensive style of swordplay, but it also has familiar AC combat skills such as power
she's
grabs
saucy with it.
and the always funny kick move I used plenty of times.
Yeah, where did that momentum come from, bro? That's crazy. This is Sparta!
I generally felt pleased with the more thoughtful approach to combat. However, it also comes with more challenges, which unexpectedly made some of the encounters in the game feel a bit more difficult.
So, is he complaining the game is harder? I'm okay.
Shadows also
I would argue that's a good thing.
Struggled to present fights with multiple foes accurately, and it can be easy to get overwhelmed by enemies coming in off-screen.
I don't review games anymore, period.
Still, when the new combat in Shadows hits, it certainly does hit.
That's what we like to hear.
What impressed me most was the revamped stealth gameplay, which appropriately incorporates elements from Ubisoft's other stealth action series, Splinter Cell.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
With the new visibility meter, you can see how open you are.
I need to slow down.
Wait, hold on. Why'd you stop reviewing games? Why does it matter? I haven't done a review in 2 years. What does it matter? You just noticed. So I'm not trying to be an asshole. You asked me, why did I stop reviewing games? And you just noticed. I haven't done one in 2 years. You answered your own question.
Identify my target.
Furthermore, there's a greater emphasis on light and darkness.
There's your
you can
answer.
Even snuff out candles to add
Yeah,
some
just
cover.
watch the podcast. That's the closest thing you're going to get to one.
Is the ability to go prone, which, as you can expect, is a game changer.
Damn, nigga, I was just curious. I gave you the answer, though. I gave you the answer.
So satisfying, and it does well to showcase
Critical
just
thinking.
how much that gameplay style has improved. While both characters can combat and stealth, they also have clear limitations. For instance, Yasuke is a formidable fighter and is capable of ambushing enemies. However, his large stature is not ideal for advanced stealth.
Be careful.
Yeah, that was a YouTube comment. I can see both. I can see both chats.
Climbing certain areas, he's also not great at performing the leap of faith.
It is harder than it looks.
As for Naue, she's a skilled assassin with access to a grappling hook and
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I might play Yasuke for like 1 or 2 missions. I'm probably never gonna touch him. I'm playing Assassin's Creed because I want to be an assassin. I will be playing her about 90% of the time.
Bombs. However, her nimble combat style is far more reliant on parrying and dodging, and one hit from an elite enemy's heavy strike can take a chunk of her health bar. While pulling off Naue's combat skills was satisfying, I often had to resist the urge to take out every enemy and run for it when things got out of hand.
Big parries.
Continuing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can manage and upgrade a base of operations.
I'm assuming 50% of the missions are character locked. Nah, he said earlier in the video you can play whoever you want.
As you recruit allies, they'll head to your hideout to open up shops and offer new side missions that incentivize revisits to previous zones. But Shadows
I'm
takes
never gonna
this
play this part. We're gonna move past this chat. I'm never going to do this.
really striking meditation minigame to help you earn additional perks.
A little meditation.
It's an unexpectedly cozy side activity for an AC game, and I was quickly taken in by how satisfying it was to walk around a massive village I had made in a reasonably short time. So far, Assassin's Creed Shadows is shaping up to be a solid follow-up.
Does this game have the mercenary? You know the mercenaries that was in Assassin's Creed. It was definitely an Odyssey. I don't remember if it was an Origins. Fuck Valhalla. I don't remember that game. But does this game have the mercenaries where you have like ninjas and shoguns pull up on you and shit, and you get like rare loot if you kill them?
Ubisoft's ambitious Valhalla. Even if the familiar
have a Japanese dub, it's releasing in Japan, so I'm pretty sure it probably would. Yeah, I hope it does.
Popped up during my time.
They call
I still
them Ronin.
found a great deal to appreciate with Shadows and its world building. While this conceit is not an uncommon backdrop for video games, which can be easy to mess up with insensitive representation, Assassin's Creed Shadows so far does well to justify its take on an open-world RPG set during this culturally rich era.
Translation, shut the fuck up.
Especially in its handling of the two protagonists. With the release finally coming soon, I'm eager to see how Ubisoft's take on Assassin's Creed's journey to Japan will come together. For more on the latest upcoming games during this busy opening of 2025, check out our final preview of Civilization 7.
I'm not gonna lie, based off this preview video and what they said, my gut is telling me this game is at least an 8, but I'm feeling like an 8.5. I don't know if you noticed, he didn't say anything negative in this game, in this video. He didn't say nothing negative. My gut tells me it's gonna get good reviews. I could be wrong. I could end up being wrong. But yeah, you can see the effort not commit to that 9. Nah, I don't want to go too high as a 9, not yet. But I feel like at least an 8 based off that preview video. He really didn't say nothing too negative. I wish he would have touched on the AI, because you know that's the first thing I'm gonna do when I get on a Ubisoft game. I'm gonna touch that AI and see what's going on. As an AC hater, this is shaping up to be a good game. Said as an AC hater, that's crazy. Depending on the ending, it's gonna be my first one, so I don't know what to expect. That's crazy to hop into the middle of Assassin's Creed and play the latest one. You should watch like a summary video on YouTube of the story because the lore is really deep. I'm just wondering what the optimization is looking like. Nah, facts. Usually Ubisoft games are ass on PC. I might get this on console. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I would like to play it on PC, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played a Ubisoft game at launch on PC that ran well. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But must have been the wind. The story matters a little at this point. Nah, the story matters. It matters. I think maybe the real world stuff, the modern day stuff doesn't matter as much, but the story between Naue, Nobunaga, the Templars, and Yasuke, that matters, I think. It 100% matters. It's got to be good. The PC launcher is bad. Yeah. Unless I get a free copy on PC, then I guess we're going to have to run it. But we'll see. We'll see. I like what I saw. Blue PC, blue screen on the first launch. Say it ain't so. We got some more info about why it was delayed. Assassin's Creed Shadows director says the recent delay was to polish the parkour, especially on super complex roofs. In a recent preview event for Shadows, we spoke with the game director Charles Sorry, Charles. Who confirmed that the month delay was mostly about polishing and did not change any big systems. The team did update a couple of things in a progression to make it more engaging and also balancing a bit more, but the main feature they needed extra tweaking was the parkour system, which the director said was running up against an obstacle unique to feudal Japan. The Japanese architecture, the roofs are super complex, he said. Probably the most complex thing that I've ever worked with. This is so French. The Japanese architecture is the roofs, how do you say in English? Super complex. Probably the most complex thing that I've ever worked on in comparison to Odyssey and Syndicate. We needed specific codes and specific animations to support something super fluid, changing the transition of the parkour to make it even more fluid. So that's one of the specific feedbacks that we heard that we wanted to address, and it really improved since the last few months. I respect it. They've taken their time. They know how important it is to just make people feel cool, flipping and dipping around on roofs and shit like that. Because like I stand on it. Assassin's Creed Unity's story is ass. The only reason so many people love it is because of the parkour system, the artistic sophistication and feudal Japan. The story was ass. It was very disappointing what happened when they had that guest appearance from fucking what's the short man's name? Napoleon. They did nothing with that. The multiplayer was ass. The co-op was ass. Like, it was just a disappointing game. It was buggy, but people really love it because of the parkour. So if they get that right, people are gonna love the game. But yeah, and the setting was cool. I will give Unity had some really cool set pieces walking through the crowd during the French Revolution with all the colors popping and the anarchy and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. But it's looking like this game is shaping up to have potential. But yeah, the parkour was amazing. What else I got for you? The Animus Hub was revealed. Ubisoft's new Assassin's Creed start screen and modern day story wrapper that's definitely not just another launcher. I hope they get rid of the microtransactions. Seriously, why are microtransactions in a single player game? You better hope Tencent never buys them because it's gonna get worse. Ever since it was formally announced 4 years ago as Assassin's Creed Infinity, the retitled Animus Hub has been something of a mystery. First rumored to be a live service Assassin's Creed connecting games past and present, Ubisoft later said the project would act more like a hub-style platform that groups those games together rather than a game in a more traditional sense. It's still a bit of an unknown, however, especially since its sudden rebrand last summer, so it's called the Animus Hub. But having finally seen the Animus Hub in action during an extensive preview build of Assassin's Creed Shadows last week at the Ubisoft Quebec studio, I can finally tell you that the Animus Hub is, how it works, and what it looks like. Tencent is the BlackRock of gaming, pretty much. The Animus Hub is effectively the new start screen when you load up Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not a separate launcher that has to be installed or updated, for now at least. You'll only ever see it inside the game once you start it up. There are 4 main sections in the Animus.
I resubscribe to beating Robin's
Shout out to Cooley
ass.
with the sub, appreciate it. It's not a separate launcher that has been installed or updated, for now at least. You'll only ever see it inside the game once you start it up. There are 4 main sections in the Animus Hub, and I'll go through each one below. There are memories, your games, projects, in-game mission content. What does that mean? Exchange, rewards, probably like how you can spend your Uplay points. And then the vault, narrative content, probably being able to watch cutscenes back. The Animus Hub is only supported in Assassin's Creed Shadow for now, but it will be added to other Period 2 games in the series. Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and Mirage at a later date. That game doesn't exist. Fuck that game. And of course, all future Assassin's Creed games as well. This game's ending was fucking awful. As for Assassin's Creed games pre-Origins, aka Period 1, Ubisoft told me in a statement the Animus Hub does not currently support titles released prior to Assassin's Creed Origins. The Animus Hub will continue to evolve going forward, with new features and content rolling out in the years to come. That makes me think that they're going to stick to this kind of current RPG meta for the people who really want like Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3 type of gameplay back. The fact that they're only supporting from Origins on, that makes me think they're going to stick with this formula and continue to reiterate on it. Me personally, I like the new formula. I just hated Valhalla because I don't like Vikings. I don't want to play people who fucking stink. Also, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, they're Vikings. They're literally colonizers and invaders, and you want me to believe a group of people whose entire legacy is R-wording villages, pillaging. They're supposed to be savior assassins. There was one hiding among them. Shut the fuck up, bro. Yeah, that musty ass game. I don't care about that shit. Fuck the Vikings. Despite not being a launcher per se, the closest comparison we currently have in games is probably the Call of Duty launcher. Though producer Andrea Bisvert was keen to stress that the Animus Hub isn't something we're building or putting in a box and forgetting about, it says. Valhalla's skill tree was too much. Everything in that game was too much. Our objective is to provide an ongoing, coherent, and consistent modern-day story. Oh, you lost that a long time ago. That ties together a living AC universe. We aim to create both story and gameplay that fans can dig into at any point in time, and the hub will continue to be active and evolve through time through regular post-launch updates. That's bullshit. Their goal is to create something akin to like a single-player launcher, like Call of Duty. You launch Warzone through the same launcher you launch Black Ops 6. And if next year they continue to support Warzone, whatever the next Call of Duty is going to use the same launcher. They're trying to do the same thing. And let me tell you why they're trying to do that, right? Ubisoft is desperate. They need to make money. And the only real heavy hitter that they still have these days is Assassin's Creed. So if they make an Assassin's Creed launcher, I think what they're trying to do is, it's like a psychology behind it, right? We create a launcher where you can launch every Assassin's Creed game. So now when you launch AC Shadows, you'll also see Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. And for people who really love Shadows and maybe didn't play those previous games, or maybe they just missed them and they played other Assassin's Creed games, now it's going to trick them into potentially purchasing them. Especially if you see on that launcher it's on sale. Like, let's say you just finished Shadows and you really enjoyed the game. Like, you know what? I didn't play Valhalla. I see it's on sale for 75% off on the launcher. Let me pick it up. It's the same concept as big box stores. Big box stores, if you don't know the psychology behind them and shopping in them, that would be like Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Costco. Stores that have everything in them. They carry everything in the store to trick you to staying into the store. Like, yeah, you may have came in there to pick up some diapers for your kid, right? But there goes the gaming section over there. Oh, they got some new clothes too. You're more inclined and more tempted to try things. So I think that's why they're trying to do a launcher, because they really need the money. And they're trying to low-key trick people into buying more stuff. Oh, yeah, and you're right, Shaq, DLC. They're trying to do the big box store method with their Assassin's Creed. Is it strong enough to do that? Is the IP strong enough? I don't know. 10 years ago, yeah, but I don't know right now. I don't know. Come for one item and leave with 100. Yep. I can see a world where, like, let's say after Thanksgiving, they could do like a Black Friday Animus Hub sale. Every Assassin's Creed game on sale for 50% off. Oh, I didn't play these? Let me get them. You probably will never play them. Now they're in your backlog. Bro, these niggas have the Splinter Cell IP. What they gonna do with it? Shit is fucking crazy, dude. Shit. Boom, 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 boom. 1 second, yo. Yeah, you getting banned, nigga. Nigga said, define what a grapist is. Banned. If you ask that's just like the nigga that came in here. What is with the YouTube chat, man? That's just like the dude who came in here yesterday and said, I voted a certain way. Am I a coon? If you have to ask if you're a coon, you are. If you have to ask me what's the definition of a grapist, you're banned. You're banned. I'm not even answering that question. That was crazy. That was crazy. Get your ass out of here, dude. Niggas is weird, man. Well, how about you define it? Why do you need me to define it? What are you trying to say? That's not welcome in my chat.